Hello everyone, this is Andrew at Crown Academy of English. Today's video is an English conversation about booking a hotel room. So in this video, you will hear a telephone call between two native English speakers. First of all, there is a hotel receptionist in New York City. So you will hear an American accent. And also, the phone call is with a businessman in London. So you will hear a British English accent. Okay? And after the phone call, I explain some useful vocabulary from the conversation. Okay? Are you ready? Let's start.
Good morning. This is the Big Apple Hotel in New York City. How may I help you?
Good morning. Well, actually, it is already the afternoon here in England. I would like to book a room, please.
Certainly, sir. How many people is the booking for?
One person. It's for me. So I'd need a single room.
What date will you be arriving?
I will be arriving on Saturday, the 10th of June.
Okay, and when will you be leaving?
I'll be leaving the following Saturday, so that's the 17th of June. How much would that be?
With our special weekly rate, that will be a total of $1,100.
Oh, well, that's slightly more expensive than I was expecting. Does that include breakfast?
Oh yes, absolutely. The price includes breakfast and all taxes. There are no hidden charges.
Oh, I see. Well, that's actually quite reasonable then. Is there Wi-Fi in the hotel?
Yes, all of our rooms have Wi-Fi at no extra charge.
Excellent. That would be very useful.
For the choice of rooms, would you prefer a room with a view of the city skyline or a view of Central Park?
Oh, I'm not sure. Is there a difference in price?
No, both rooms are available at the same price. The only difference is the view.
Well, in that case, I prefer the view of the city, please. I would like to go ahead and book those dates, please.
Certainly, sir. For bookings made over the phone, we ask that customers pay in advance for the first night. The remaining balance can be settled at the end of the stay.
That's fine. I understand.
May I take your full name, please?
Yes, it's Mark Lewis. Lewis.
And I'll need your email address too, please.
Yes, of course. It's...
Thank you. Okay, I've made the reservation for those dates. You will receive confirmation by email along with instructions for making the payment for the first night. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, just one last thing. On the 10th of June, I will be arriving directly from the airport at around 2 p.m. Will the room be ready by that time?
Well, usually check-in is after 4 p.m., but I'll request that your room is cleaned first. So long as you don't arrive before 2 p.m., then that will be fine.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it. I'll go and check my email straight away and pay the deposit. Goodbye and thanks again.
You're welcome, Mr. Lewis. Thank you for your call, and if there's anything else you need, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks again. Goodbye. Okay, now let's look at some vocabulary from the phone call. Well, first of all, Mr. Lewis said, one person, it's for me, so I'd need a single room. So let's look at some common types of hotel room. Well, a single room is a room for one person with one bed in the room. So there is a room for one person and it is a single bed in the room. A double room is a room for two people with one bed. So there is one large double bed and the room is for two people. So the people share the bed. And then there is a twin room, which is also a room for two people, but there are two separate beds. So there are two single beds. So these three types of room, these are the most common types of hotel room. With our special weekly rate, that would be a total of $1,100. So rate, this means the price for a hotel room. It's very common for describing the price of a hotel. Here are some examples. The weekly rate is $1,100. So this means the price for staying for a week. Do you have a group rate? Do you have a family rate? So this means, do you have a special price for a group of people? Do you have a special price for a family? Okay, so rate. And this was another interesting sentence. The remaining balance can be settled at the end of the stay. So what does this mean, remaining balance? Well, let's look at an example. So the total bill was $1,100. For example, let's assume that the customer pays $160 in advance, and this refers to the first night. Then we can say that the remaining balance is $940. So it basically means the amount that is left to pay. So it's 1,100 minus 160. The remaining balance can be settled at the end of the stay. So settle means to pay, to pay. So this means the remaining balance can be paid at the end of the stay. This is in the passive voice. The passive voice can be settled. So question, why does the receptionist use the passive voice? Well, the passive voice is less direct because it doesn't specify who is doing the action. It is neutral in tone, and it is a professional way to ask for payment. So the passive voice, we are not specifying who should be making the payment. Obviously it would be Mr. Lewis, but if we do not specify that, it is less direct. Okay, so it is less aggressive, and it is a very common way to discuss payment. using the passive voice. Okay? So there we are. That's the end of the lesson. And here are some other videos which I think you might be interested in.